Howdy folks, Daniel Rubino here with Windows Phone Central, and check it out, it is the T-Mobile Nokia Lumia 521, the new low-cost handset with Windows Phone 8 that is just launching on T-Mobile. Now it was available earlier on the Home Shopping Network and Walmart, but that was like a pretty limited inventory. Sold out pretty quickly too, which is a good sign for the device. But now it's finally actually available at your local T-Mobile, or at least it should be. You can definitely order online, which is how we did it, and you should be able to go down to your store and check it out. Now what makes this device really cool, of course, is the low cost nature of it. It goes for about $150 off contract, which is really, really cheap. On contract, well, T-Mobile's non-contract thing is about 30 bucks. It's like $5 a month or something like that. Really cheap phone, but it is a Nokia phone, which means it's a really good cheap phone. At least it should be. Let's take a look inside here. Now, I've never done this T-Mobile stuff with their boxing. Obviously, it's very different from AT&T. It's actually kind of nice. You got the little Velcro thing here, you know. So let's see if we can figure out how to open this up. Do I have to just... Wow. You have to actually have to open it like a regular box. At least I hope I'm doing this right, because once you open it, it ain't going back. But why would I send this back anyway? Alright, let's pull it out here. Now, I did have the 520, and you hopefully saw our unboxing video for that a while ago. That phone is now over in England with Rich, who's going to be reviewing it real soon. I can tell you, this is just from my initial feeling, it is exactly basically the same phone. So it's not that different. Obviously, though, it comes in this nice white color. I'm a big fan of white, although I'm a recent yellow convert. You got your ceramic buttons here, which is nice. Of course, you have your volume, power, dedicated camera button. There's your camera in the back. No Carl Zeiss lens on this. It's a 5 megapixel shooter. And as you can see, it's barren. There's no flash. So you're getting a real limited kind of thing here with this camera, but it is a $150 phone, so what do you want? You also got your little speaker grill back there. On the bottom, micro USB. On top, your headphone jack. We are big fans of that layout. Nokia has somewhat changed that up recently with the 925 and 8 by putting it on top. Speaking of the 928, let's quickly look at those two devices here. You can obviously see very different. Glossy white, matte white. So for you fans, I know a lot of people really like the matte color. You'll be happy with this. It's a nice soft touch, thinner plastic. You can see a lot smaller than the 928 there on Verizon. Of course, very different classes of devices as well. See what we got here in the box. Some interesting packing. You got your micro USB charger combo there. It is, looks like, oh, it's one of these, you can't unplug it, so it's going to be a permanent fixture there. As you can see, I'll zoom in a little bit there. You can kind of see it's an interesting, I guess, lower cost device. Very low profile though, so that's good. You also do get a separate charger cable though, so you can plug into your computer. And this is, I can already tell you, one of those real short ones. I mean, this is going to be kind of ridiculous. That's the whole length right there. So I hope you don't have plans to sync this from a distance. Although, let's be fair, who honestly syncs to their computer much often these days? Got your battery right here. I forgot what milliamp this is. When I load it up though, I'll tell you. It's the, let's see if it says here in the back. It's a 1430 milliamp battery, which is, I believe, the same one we saw on the 520, which would make sense, of course. So kind of a small battery, but then again, we are powering a 1 gigahertz dual core device here. So presumably this won't need much power. You have a 4-inch LCD screen, no clear black either, so it's a straight up LCD. And it does make a difference, I have to say. You know, having clear black, I'm a huge fan of, and not having it is a bit of a downer, but we got to remember pricing here. We got our SIM card, which is always kind of good. I actually have a T-Mobile account, but it's been ages since I've used it, so I might have to call them. And then you got your nice little packaging here with everything you need to know. Nice little setup guide. So that's that. I'm going to pause the camera here for a second. We're going to boot up the 521 and check out the OS. All right, folks, we're back here. I got the Lumia 521 all booted up, and as you can see, you got the nice shiny OS. I know a lot of people don't like magenta and pink, especially you males out there. I'm actually a big fan of it. I'm okay. I can own this color. I think it looks great here. T-Mobile, Nokia did a great job here, I think, of, as far as looks. Now, this display is a fingerprint magnet. I just cleaned it. You'll see it in a few minutes, though. It does get pretty, dirty with fingerprints easily. Now, big hints here. When you first get this phone, this is kind of a pain, and it's going to take a couple weeks before they fix this. You'll want to immediately go into your settings, and you're going to want to check for an update, which should be, let's see if I can actually find that here, phone update, and you want to check for that. Now, the reason I say that is because there is actually a firmware update for this phone, and you'll want to do it immediately because it's going to require a hard reset to then enable the new functions. And so you're not going to want to set up your phone and then go do this update because you won't get the cool new thing. What is that cool new thing? When you scroll all the way down to here to the bottom, you'll see that little icon. Yes, there is now Wi-Fi calling. This was evidently a late feature that was a little bit, delayed in coming to the show when this phone first launched. So it's here now. But in order to enable it, you do have to hard reset the phone. So you're going to want to do that right out of the box to save yourself the trouble later on. Once it's enabled, you can turn it on here, and you have Wi-Fi preferred, cellular preferred, Wi-Fi only. And it is what it sounds like. It allows you to send text messages, make phone calls through your Wi-Fi connection as opposed to using, the regular cellular connection. And with T-Mobile's low price plans, they have that $50 thing where it's unlimited text, web, and phone calls, but you only get a certain amount of data, technically at 4G. You'll probably want to take advantage of this because if you have a good Wi-Fi connection, why not use it at home? Especially since I don't actually even have a very good T-Mobile connection. It's not too bad here, but it's not the most solid. But it's kind of cool. You can switch, your different preferences here. And then if you scroll over, they even give you a nice little help and tutorial section and an FAQ, which is pretty cool, so they'll answer your questions. But that is actually a big selling point for this phone. Other than that, you got your standard apps here. You got your 411, your T-Mobile stuff. You can see the layout here. They have their caller tunes, and Weather Channel comes on board, which is pretty good. Angry Birds Roost. So you have your Nokia stuff on board here. App highlights. Cinematograph, and everything else is pretty much standard that we've gotten used to with Windows phones. Here's your Here stuff all on board. T-Mobile's My Account, and there's also a thing here called Scout, which is a navigation app. Now, most of you will probably take advantage of Nokia's pretty awesome Here navigation app, but in case you want to use T-Mobile's branded thing, you can do that as well. Of course, if you don't want that, you can uninstall this app and it's not a problem. It does require your account information, so I'm not going to sign in with that right now. But there we go. The phone is light. It feels great in the hand. This curved back is really good. It's nice and round. You'll see now, though. Here, I'm going to try to get you to see the fingerprints there. This is what you get when you buy a $150 phone. It's not that big of a deal, but you will want to maybe carry a cloth around or maybe use your shirt more frequently because this phone does get, pretty messy quickly, at least on the display. The back, of course, being matte, is going to stay really, really good and clean for you. We'll do a full review of the 521 coming up early next week. So make sure you head to Windows Phone Central for more information. Let us know in comments what you think. Overall, though, it's a pretty cool phone. You can't beat the price for this. Nokia knows how to make entry-level devices, and with full Windows Phone 8, and this does have the latest version of the OS on there, so you get all the text replies and all the latest features. That's OS 10.2.11. But, I think most users should be happy with this. There you go. Take care, everybody.